Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Joy, and I humbly request you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give this video a like, share and comment, and let us interact in the comments section. On this video, I want to teach you how to bake using a Jiko. This is a situation whereby you do not have an oven, or you're in the countryside, or you've run out of gas and you want to bake a cake for your loved ones. You need a cake for the bitings, you need a snack, you need it for breakfast. Here is a simple method of using a Jiko to bake and showcase your baking skills anywhere, in the presence of an oven or not. So for the ingredients, guys, we are going to have 5 eggs, 2 cups of flour, a cup of milk, a cup of sugar, a cup of butter or margarine, a currant if necessary, a pinch of salt, flavors and icing sugar. For these ingredients that we have here, it matters with the size of the cake, 1, and 2, it matters with the flavor that you want your cake to have. If you want a vanilla cake, the flavors will be different from a red velvet cake. They will be different as well from a lemon cake, from a strawberry cake, from a marble cake, or a banana cake. For the flavors, you play around with the things that you want, and also the size of the cake that you want. If you want a 1 kg cake, if you want a 2 kg cake, that's upon you. For these ones, let's say we are just sampling a simple cake for the start for baking using a Jiko. These are basic ingredients that most of us will have in their cakes, but those who want extra spicy cakes will do more of these. We'll add more of fruits maybe. There are people who bake their cakes with some fruits incorporated. It's okay. Just work with what you want to do. And then the next, after you have all the ingredients ready, you've measured all the things that you need using the measuring cups, we move on to the next stage. And in the next stage, you have to prep all the tools that you require for our baking. You need a sufuria or a pot for this case. You need a mixing bowl. You need a mixing stick, a source of heat. And for the source of heat, this is the stage where you light your Jiko and leave it going. You also need a reed. All these, make sure that they are close to you, where you'll pick one as we move on to the next step. And please, guys, do remember to follow me on my social media pages and like this video as well. In the next stage is the procedure. What do we need to do? Remember, in the last stage, we said light your Jiko and let it be. And then here, get another sufuria, bring your milk to boil. Make sure that your milk has boiled well for consumption. Let's say that. After boiling your milk, in a mixing bowl, pour the hot milk. And into the hot milk, add your margarine or butter, whichever that you may like, whichever that gives you the best taste that gives you the heavenly taste that we are looking for in a cake. Put it into the hot milk and mix well. It's at this point that the margarine will melt, or the butter, because the milk was hot, making it easier for us. And then the next, break the eggs in the mixing bowl and continue stirring. After breaking your eggs, give the mixer a good stir. Stirring, you must be consistent with stirring so that you can get a very good mixed. We don't want ingredients that are not incorporated well. Then into the same mixture, add sugar and stir well to a saturated sugar mixture. You add sugar and continue stirring. If you can note, in every stage after we add our ingredients, we are stirring well. The next, add some salt, the flavors that you want, and the currant if needed. The salt part is optional. If you don't take salt and sugar as well, don't add into your mixture. And the flavors, this is where all the things that I've told you will come in. If it's a carrot cake, all the ingredients that goes in with a carrot cake. If it's a vanilla cake, if it's a strawberry cake, if it's a lemon cake, you know what I mean. If it's a banana cake, that's where you add all the flavors that you want. If you want a chocolate cake, you can. And the currants, if you need some, you add at this point. And if you don't need any, don't stress it up. Just keep the procedure if you do not need any. And if you want some fruits in your cake, this is the place. And then into the mixture, add flour and mix well until you obtain an even mixture. You mix well everything that you've added, all the ingredients that you have added, and lastly you've added the flour. Mix everything and get an even mixture. Everything should be incorporated well. And from that, let's move to our next stage. The cake is almost here. We now move to the stage where we grease the pot that you are using to bake the cake. Grease the pot with enough oil and sprinkle some flour to avoid sticking to the pot or the sufuria. Grease the pot with some generous amount of oil and sprinkle some flour so that the cake that you are cooking will not stick into the sufuria or burn for this case. And if you have a non-stick sufuria, well, it will give it a good cook as well. Then place the sufuria into the source of heat. It's our Jiko for this case, and pour the mixture into the sufuria on the source of heat. We are now nearing the end of the cooking. After you've poured the mixture, cover the pot with a reed, and then press some hot charcoal on the reed. The reason for this is to give it an even cook, both from the downside and the upper side. Remember, we are using a Jiko, not an oven. And we want our cake to be completely cooked and evenly cooked. This is the reason as to why we are placing some charcoal on top of the lid, so that from the lower side the Jiko is cooking, from the upper side the cake is also cooking from the heat that we are getting from the lid. And we have to note that we have to use very low heat. For the Jiko, we have to use very low heat to avoid burning of the cake, because it's not an oven that you are going to regulate the degrees that you want it to heat up to. So for the regulating of the heat, you cross the, let me call it a small door that is at the lower side of the Jiko, so that the Jiko will start emitting heat in a low manner. It will not cook gradually, let me say that. And then after you kept the the pot on the Jiko and kept your mix and all that, don't forget to sprinkle some flour on top of the cake so that the cake cannot stick on the upper side of the sufuria or our lid for this case. And then give the cake some minutes to cook, maybe 20-30 according to the size again. Give it some minute, but keep checking, keep opening the lid to see whether the cake is doing well. As you can see in the second picture, keep checking, and the cake in 20, 25, 30 minutes will be done. And hula, our cake is ready. Grab your cup of milk, grab your cup of coffee, some hot tea, and some fruits on the side, and let's enjoy a Jiko baked cake together and share with family and friends, and share the love that we've done from the Jiko. And this brings us to the end of this video, guys. Thank you for watching to this far. Please remember to subscribe, and see you on the next video. Bye for now.